Hello everyone, it is Jill here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, just know that I'm an author, writer, and entrepreneur, and since January of this year, I have been reinventing my small business. So today is Wednesday, which means it is Weekly Wins Wednesday, when I review some of my entrepreneurial wins, however small they are, because if there's one thing I want to impart on you guys, if you're starting your own business or just a new endeavor in your life, the small wins count for everything. I keep telling myself that all the time because you have to have small wins before you can have big wins. Walk before you can run, you know? All right, so I left off, last Wednesday was the 18th, so I'm going to open my little log here and see what I wrote since then. All right, so let's review. I'm not going to give the dates for these. I'm just going to read the list because I did track every single day, which in itself is a win. I think that logging stuff for your business and just doing that administrative stuff, anything that keeps you motivated, whether it's journaling about your process or just writing ideas or wins, very important. All right, let's get into it. As of last Wednesday, I was finally inspired to do an idea sketch of a newer version of a potential work schedule. So one thing that I've been trying to do since January is give myself daily and weekly structure for what I'm doing to forward my business. And this has been a little tricky because, like I said, I started a reinvention process in January, and reinventions are messy, they're not linear, so it's been difficult to get myself onto a regimented schedule so far. I recorded, edited, and posted my Weekly Wins Wednesday in under 1 hour last week. And I also digitized an illustration for my third book. So again, if you're new here, or maybe if you've only seen one or two videos, just know that I wrote a third book for my series, and I am currently working on doing the illustrations. That's kind of a ground up process, or from the ground up process, I should say, because I only did the two cover drawings so far, and well, you'll hear in the wins this past week, that I got a few more of them done. So let's keep going. Last Thursday, I continued the Week in My Life video that has since been posted on my channel, and I digitized as much as I could of a different illustration, and I also noted here I felt sick as the day went on. Last Friday, I finished digitizing that second pick for my third book, and I finished the Week in My Life video. Then over the weekend, I posted the video, and I got an 11th subscriber on my channel. Okay, that brings us to this week. I got a 12th subscriber on Monday. Yay, winning. I did a full video from start to finish on Monday as well. That would be my college art portfolio blast from the past video. You can check that out after this one if you like. I also, as of Monday, finally created the daily and weekly schedule that I'd been referencing earlier in my review of wins. So starting next week, I actually have like a full-fledged day-by-day plan that encompasses the whole week. So I'm going to try my best to really stick to that starting next week. And then my last win that I noted was that yesterday I went to my favorite coffee shop while I still could. If you viewed my Week in My Life video, I referenced that my favorite coffee shop, where I've literally been going since 2018 to write my books, it is literally closing this Friday, the 20th of February. So I'm really upset about that. It's one of those things that just, you know, it's like a place that's been so close to my heart, and it's just really crazy to think that, wow, this era is really coming to an end, because I wrote so many stories while I sat there enjoying my lattes, and it was the first time in my life that I had like a place to call my coffee shop. So anyway, speaking of coffee, that said, I considered that a win yesterday because I've been experiencing some writer's block. So even to just go and journal and I did a really rough sketch of an illustration while I was sitting there. But I told myself, yeah, there are other things I could be doing that are maybe a little more productive for my business. But considering this is my last chance this week to get to one of my favorite places in the world, that actually fell into a more important category. And I think as an entrepreneur that, you know, you do have to make decisions for yourself and for your business sometimes, whether that's for maintaining or improving your health. Sometimes, you know, like yesterday, I literally had to take a sick day. I was not happy about that. I mean, aside from going to the coffee shop, but I really didn't feel well yesterday. And so even just getting there and getting some groceries done while I was out was kind of the win for the day. But that being said, I am going to get back on track with my illustrations this week. I am going to get this video posted today on schedule for Wednesday. And I wish I had a little more to chat about as far as entrepreneurial ideas and things like that, but I'll be honest, I didn't really plan ahead to do that this week. So I will try next week to finish off my Weekly Wins Wednesday with some more wisdom. Wow, that's a lot of W's. But I would like to come up with some things to share with you guys, sort of as like final thoughts as far as what I've learned about entrepreneurship overall each week, or just ideas to share, things that'll help keep you motivated, again, especially if you're also reinventing yourself, or if you're starting your own small business or getting into creative endeavors in general. So, all right. Well, that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching Weekly Wins Wednesday. I will be back soon with an art video. I am planning to post a draw with me video this week or weekend, depending how quickly I can execute on that. But in the meantime, thank you again. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my Instagram if you like on the end screen, as well as the link to my website for my book series. Thank you guys.